Hey there, welcome back to my channel. And this is episode 2 of my productive weekend. In my last episode, I had installed my shiplap wall made out of reclaimed materials. In this episode, I'm going to make the elevated dog food stand for my big guy here. And I used Fiestaware bowls that I found at the antique store that my mom and I visited in Huntsville, Texas. So you'll also see after that one, my mom was so impressed with the way it looked. She asked me to put together one for her puppy. So her dog is a Shih Tzu and obviously much smaller than this guy right here. So I hope you enjoy it. And please make sure you hit subscribe. This weekend I plan on working on artwork for my bedroom, and I'd love for you to see how it turns out. Bye. What do you think, bud? So first I started off with a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. The supplies that I used were the Fiestaware bowls, the little brackets in the corner for the legs to attach to, 3/4 inch plywood. I bought some trim for the edges and the 4 legs, which I already had in my stash. And I had first used the dog mat as the guide for where I'd want to make my cuts, but it ended up being way more than I needed. So I just eyeballed it, figured out where I wanted to make my cuts, and used the level as my straight edge. So as you can see here, I'm using the bowls to be my guide as to where I'm going to make my cuts. What I found was that I was overthinking it. What I should have done was turn the bowl upside down, trace the circles, and then just drew my actual cut line a 1/2 inch inside that circle, and it would have been perfect. But I overthought it and ended up doing exactly what I just said for this bowl and for my mother's dog stand. I tried to make a little compass. It wasn't necessary. It had actually been more trouble that way. So I used a spade bit and drilled the holes where my the start of my circle was going to be, then used my jigsaw to cut out the circle. Once I got my circles cut, I made sure that the bowls fit in the circle, and then I started on my trim. once I made those cuts, it was time to add wood glue and attach. So as you can see here, I didn't record me screwing in the brackets, but I put those corner brackets on the corners of underneath this and screwed in the legs, and it was really simple. I added a coat of old school paint by DIY and kind of wet distressed the edges with just a wet cloth, and I rubbed away some of the paint, and then I put a wax over the top. Once I finished that, I added a white wax to the top of that. Here it is here with the white wax and the regular wax dried and the bowls inside. I love it. It turned out great. But in the next clip, you'll see that I added just a little bit more. And here you go. I think he deserved just a little bit extra. And this is the smaller one I made for my mom's dog. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Please make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you hit that notification button so that you can get notified next time I have a video. Have a great weekend, and I hope you were inspired. Bye.